right. Okay, so we're starting the event fully. Welcome to okay. Welcome to Digital Edge series for the year of 2024. And today we'll be having our series for the third month. Like I'm so glad and I'm your host to the worst. I call myself Princess of the Kings of Kings. If I was supposed to be eager to hear from your host now, people should send me emojis. Like you're eager to hear from your host today, and you're eager to be here tonight. To have a very very impacting session again, as Legacy Lab has always delivered. Courage, damn it! They always deliver top notch knowledge, like knowledge that people pay for, and it's actually for free. So you should be eager to be here, to gain more knowledge again this month. Last month we had a session on how to level up as a product manager. What are things you're supposed to put in place? How do you position your career? And tonight, tonight, and I'm saying those words, if you should know that something hot is coming, like I'm about to receive another. Okay, don't let me prolong the matter. Let me bring it straight. Tonight we'll be talking about coding is not enough. All these, developers out there, programmers and the likes. This is for you. This is shooting each and everyone on their legs. Coding is not enough. Explore other skills that gives you an edge as a developer. This series of Digital Edge is actually a series whereby every month we have different stacks telling them how to level up in their career, how to position themselves for career growth. And this month we'll be talking about coding is not enough. Explore other skills that gives you an edge as a developer. And we have our amazing speaker. See, whenever I'm introducing speakers, I should tell you guys, be eager. That means you have to send lots of emojis to show you how eager you are. Be eager. Be eager. Send your emojis. Let it keep flying until our speaker comes up. We have an expertise in our presence, a CEO of Clique Technologies. Damn! That means this person is not a smello, so this is somebody of experience that is here to, enlighten us more, tell us how to position our career growth as a developer. And he goes by the name Mr. Hey, Mr. Adeyinka Adebiyi. Let the emojis keep flying, please. Stop playing. A whole CEO. A whole CEO want to enlighten you this night. This is for the developers in the house. Legs will be pulled. Those of you that are relying on, I just want to be coding. Your legs are going to be pulled this night, and it's also going to be pulled. It's going to be pulled to the next step, a way for you to grow, a way for you to level up. And we'll be having Mr. Adeyinka Adebiyi come on board, to enlighten us, give us his knowledge this night. Over to you, Mr. Adeyinka Adebiyi. You're welcome, sir. We're glad to have you.
All right, everyone. Good evening. Good evening to our host. The introduction was way, should I say, well, I don't know what to say about the introduction. It's kind of making me feel like, well, is it me you're talking about? All right. My name is Adeyinka. Like she said, I'm the CEO of Clique Technologies. I am a full stack developer. I've been in tech for over, should I say, 10 years altogether, but professionally, let's say working with people, let's say, I don't know. I like to count my professional years of experience separately from when I was still learning and when I was still doing just creating projects by myself, start a project, complete it, and that's the end. Because we can't really call that development. There are many things that are not in there yet. So, going to today's topic, we're talking about coding is not enough. So, like from the introduction, many people will be like, coding is not enough. No, then what should I do? I'm a developer. My work is to code. Like that is what they are paying me for. But Like I just want to come in from another perspective because yes, you are being paid to code, but there are still some other tasks that will make you a better developer. So theme or the name of this series is the digital edge. We want to just have an edge over everybody else, like every other developer. No, we're an English speaking country. That is an edge. The goal itself is to be global. We're an English speaking country. That is an edge. We don't have to learn another language to work with others. That is one edge we have as a Nigerian. So something we don't really appreciate until maybe we start working with others. Then there are still some, but looking at the coding field, it's a global world. You'll have to compete with almost everybody. You have to compete with Asian, let me say Asian kids, like Americans used to call them. I know something about Asian now. They are always at the forefront. You have to compete with them. You have to compete with Pakistanis, Indians, almost everybody that are in the same situation as you. They started from nowhere. Tech is their only way to get out, to become somebody because tech is a very well paying job. And then they started. So the position you are vying for, they are many people vying for it in different countries. The goal is to be global. The goal is not to be just to hold one big title in one small pond. We don't want to be a big fish in a small pond. So enough of the introduction. Let's go straight into it. Coding is not enough. Yes, I would say coding is not enough because if you work with others, you have to like have more skills than the essential value you're being paid for. So, and if you do not take anything from this call today, I'll say you should take this. If you have a note with you, you can write it down. Don't be a technical person. So I learned that from a boss of mine when I was doing my first internship. He always used to say, don't be a technical person. So what he meant by that is you are being paid to code, yes, but don't be someone that we only call when we have a technical issue. So don't be like you should have a say when it comes to other part of the companies too. No, and with that, your voice will be heard. And I learned something from a boss I work with. It was like, Yinka, you have to make yourself valuable, and that way it won't be easy to like let you go. So what he was telling me in terms of is make sure you are active in every aspect of the field. If you're a front-end developer and just what you do is front-end development, they can be like, yes, can always get someone that will do front-end development. But if you are a front-end developer, but you are telling the backend how to structure his API so that it will work well with the front end. That way now the backend might not have the whole picture there. But with that kind of communication or collaboration, you are trying to like it will make you more valuable than just someone who is doing his front-end development and then leaving every other thing to the, let's say, the CTO or the project manager or something like that. So one of the skills that I'll say you should develop as a developer or as an engineer or as someone who could that will give you an edge is communication. We can't overstress it enough. Like we can't stress it enough. I'm sorry, I won't be talking about what do you call it? Should I call it marketing? Because there is what we do as developers. They say you are what you call yourself, then you go online and start. Me as a developer, I don't really use social media like that. So as a developer, you're always with your system, you're always connected, and you go online and start talking, getting more followers. There is a term for it, if anyone can remind me, but I am not a fan of that. But I won't say it's bad, but in Nigeria, we're kind of overflowing it. We are doing too much marketing than real job. I've worked with developers in Nigeria that most of them, these are the ones doing the real job. These are the ones handling your bank code. They are not just creating startups, these I'm very sorry, I don't mean to offend anybody, but they're not just building all these uh fintech services that die in 2 years. But you won't see them, most of them don't have social media. So I like that kind of lifestyle, and that's what I'm following. I don't say you should follow it, but what I'm saying is there are more skills to develop other than marketing. So you shouldn't just stay on that. So what I'm talking about now is communication. You know, many people will always tell you that if you can explain it to a grammar, if you can explain it to a 2 year, if you can't explain it to a grammar, if you can't explain it to a 2 years old, then you don't know it enough. Which I think is fine because if you actually know it, then you should be able to explain it. But apart from explaining something, communication in a work environment, is more like making things clear, making things easier to people. So with that, you are making life easy for everybody. As a programmer, one of your work is you are just like a god. We want to communicate with the computer. This is what we want to do, or we will need someone that understand the computer language to translate it for us, which is your own work as a developer. So we come to you, okay, this is what we want. So you are just like an intermediary. Okay, let's say you are like the babalawo in the computer world. So for you to be able to like communicate well with the system and then with everybody working with it is something you should work on. I want this series is just 1 hour, so we won't have time to plug into how to communicate effectively. But if you have your pen, you just put it down. If you cannot explain it to a 3 years old, you don't know it well enough. If you know it and you can't explain it, you still have more to do. So communication is good. In a work environment, you'll like someone okay, I was given a task, and this task I was supposed to spend uh, a day on it. It's a fix. But then this is taking me up to 3 days. Then I will explain it to my project manager. So what makes you a good or a bad developer in that scenario is how you put it to the team that this stuff we thought it would take 3 days. We thought it would take 1 day, but now this is the third day we are still on it. So if you cannot explain yourself in that case, they might feel like, this guy is doing something else. This guy is not serious with his job. So communication makes you stand out. It's boost your credibility as a developer. Also, part of communication is listening and then replying, engaging. Let me put it that way, because as a developer, and in most cases, you'll be working remotely. And if you okay, let's say I do it sometimes. I'll be like, this message are too much. Let me just put away my Slack, put away our communication channel for a while. But then some things might come up and might need your urgent attention. And that's where they'll be like, this guy is not serious. He's not putting in what we need. That is like kind of reducing your credibility. Let's say you are still on probation at that period. that is not good for you as a developer. So apart from coding, these little things that I mentioned, I've mentioned communication. A part of communication is engagement, active listening, talking with talking with your teammates, everybody in the team, the project manager, the tester, understanding what they do and how you can be of help. So another skill that would make you stand out as a developer is problem solving. We do not overflow this enough. Like, I mentioned earlier that as a developer, you are like you are the communication medium between the people that need a computer program and your and the computer itself. So if anyone should come to you with a problem, you should be able to like, okay, this is how we do it, and then you'll have a lasting solution. I was let me say when I just started, sometimes I go through this technical interview and I'm like, these people are just stressing my life. I want to just write code for you. I want to do front end for you. So how will I be using data structures in front end? But what we don't know that they are trying to kind of get is how much of a problem solver are you? That's why we have all those technical questions, all those problem solving questions that requires that requires more thinking and all these algorithms that they're asking of you. So to be a better developer, apart from writing the code, problem solving. So it's not just about fixing bug, escaping errors and okay, there's a bug, I want to fix it. It's about okay, this is what we want to have. I mean, this is what we are building. This is where we can have issues, and providing solutions when it's occurs. So in another case, like other developers will call it, they'll say, flexing your what if muscles. That means you yourself, after looking at it, you are done with the coding. You think this is good to go, but just taking a step back to think, what if, yeah, what if someone is trying to do this that that has not been kind of reasoned before? What if someone is trying to do this? How can we do it on another way? How can we make it better? So that's problem solving. That is another skill that will make you a better developer. Also, let me say this before we continue. Being a developer is not one of the easy skills out there. So if you're here as a developer, I'll say congratulations to you. Well done in all the work you've been doing, because sometimes it can be hard. So I do not want to be like all these speakers that just come, if you acquire, you can require. Sometimes it can be very, very hard. Sometimes you might feel like, what are we doing here? Just to get a pay. Like, I will be better off in my father's farm. After all, if I plant, I will eat. The goal of life is short to eat. But I want to say, keep pushing, because I think there's a step to this thing. In the beginning of your career, you write a lot of code, which you which you must do. The only way you can stand out as a developer is writing a lot of code, which is contradictory to this topic, right? Or we will come to that. The only way you can stand out as a junior developer is writing a lot of code, sometimes. And then you see some people who, like, okay, we are done. This is Monday to Friday, we've done our work. Then weekends they go and finish some tasks, and on Monday they just move it, and you be like, wow, wow. They are still doing the same thing. They just want to stand out, yes. But at this point, you might feel like, okay, I want to join them, I want to be working on weekends, and then at the end you have burnout and you feel like, what is what is all this for? Like, burnout is something you should avoid. So to be productive, you have to avoid burnout. It's one of the things that makes you stand out, like effectively managing your own time as with the work too. If possible, I would say you should get an hobby. So that's one of the skills that can make it stand out. Get hobbies that are different from coding, that are very, very different from staying on your computer. Most programmers, they watch series a lot, just like kind of make you relax, make you calm down. Some of them play instruments, some of them. But if you should ask me, I would say, as a developer, if you want to choose an hobby, choose something that will take you away from the screen. Don't play games. Although video games are good, so don't watch movie. Maybe something like sports, or something that allows you to go outside, that allows you to walk, engage your brain. So I don't want this to be like a school session where we'll be discussing problems and then it will kind of get boring. So just kind of like discussing as if you're having a conversation. So far I've talked about communication, talked about problem solving. I think we should talk about empathy. Empathy should be under problem solving too, But this time around, we are talking about user experience. Whenever you hear empathy, you'll be like, yeah, that's the stuff for designer, but it's not. Even as a developer, you're also a designer, you should look at it from another angle. But this time around, you won't just leave the developer to their work. And I feel like it would be better if it's this way. The designer is just like kind of copying how it's done on other places. But then you writing the code, you test it like 200 times more than everybody that will use it, or before every other person uses it. And you feel like this should be here, that is user experience. You are considering the accessibility of your work to the users, like how it will be impactful to the end users. These things are something you don't, should I say, you don't learn in your coding bootcamp. They don't teach you. It's something generally different from coding. So empathy, user focus, that is what makes some app different. And if we should look at it, the reason why TikTok acquired more users than Instagram, even with the time they came into the market, is because with TikTok, it is very easy to create videos. It's very easy to share it. It's very easy to add all these effects. Instagram saw that and they started following, but it was too late already. TikTok got almost all the users. all the everybody that wants to make videos, they don't need to go to another app to edit it, or if they need special effect, they don't need to kind of take it somewhere else. So let me see another skill that we don't really mind, although I've mentioned something like that, is time management. Yeah, time management. So time management involves juggling tasks like a whole, to keep chaos at bay. Because as a developer, you should be a master of chaos. I'm not talking in the sense of this movie where they use chaos to fight, but no, it happens in every workspace. But if you look at every other person, they are doing it one task at a time. If you go to the bank at the counter, it's just okay, do this. Okay, you're attending to one customer. After that, you get another one, just like that sequentially. But as a developer, you won't get that luxury. You have a sprint, you have a list of tasks to finish before the end of the sprint. Then among that, the QA keeps raising issues from last task. Then among that, there is, let's say there is a place there where you monitor user activity and anything that goes wrong or whatever they come to complain. So all those ones, they will be sending it to you one by one after the other, depending on where you work. To. All those times you keep getting tasks from different places. So for the week or for the sprint, you already have what to complete that they know that will fill your time. Then there is still these bugs that has to be fixed. And there are still these priority issues that you should fix. Then a user will come along and say, "Oh, I can't do this. I'm not able to do this. How would I do this?" Like, and then you have to like leave whatever you are doing and then maybe try to see what's going on. If it's a technical error, try to see what's going on. So and this happens mostly when you are working with startups. And I would say startups is great, but that is not the discussion for today. So time management, one of the best skills that makes a better developer. So if you want to get better or if you want to be a better developer, you have to like master your time, master your master handling your chaos, get friendly with to-do list or anything that makes you productive. Know what works for you. Some people, they are morning person, uh, from 3 o'clock to 12 o'clock, they can do all the tasks of the day and more. But there are some people, they are midnight people, then there are no disturbance, no communication. Your chatting, your WhatsApp is empty, nobody is sending you message. In that way, they can be more productive and within that time they can really uh do what they like, complete tasks. Let me put it that way. So find what works for you. If it's a to-do list, if it's do not disturb, you know, just make sure you have a very, very good management of time. So you've mentioned teamwork, collaboration, you've mentioned time management. And I think I will say this networking. And when we talk networking, although many people do mention, you should network, you should meet people in your field, and then we see many of these developer groups, or should I say developer programs. But most of them, to my own opinion, my humble opinion, is kind of feel good development where you just go meet others and then you have their contact and nothing happens. So that one is networking, or let me say that one is networking for networking sake. So if you want to network, I'll say you should network to engage with people in your field. So it's not just going to the program, having people's contact, and that's the end of it. So after getting their contacts, you beat them once in a while, share knowledge. You don't have to give out confidential information or stuff. You just have to be like, okay, Adeyinka, I'm working at so company for now. This is what I've been working on for a while. Okay. Or okay, let's say you don't even need to go to those programs to do that. You can just go to a GitHub repository. Let's say you have been using one um let's say you've been using one package for a while. Just go there, you see some of the let me say developers, or you go there, you see some people that have issues. Talk to them in network, and that's it. On my Telegram, I have a lot of people, most of them, these people that I call our competitors, the Indians, Pakistans, and I have them because we met on one repository or the other. Maybe they were looking for help and I could provide it, or I was looking for help and they could provide it at that point. So we talked, and after we got each other contact, all on Telegram. So I'll say network, but don't network for networking sake. Network because of your work. Network because um you want to like engage, you want to use this networking to pave a way for you in the future. And through networking, let me say, most of the jobs I've gotten are really through networking because LinkedIn is just a, should I say, where they store resumes. Because I've not, since I've been applying through LinkedIn, I've not seen maybe, I've seen people call me on LinkedIn, say, "Look, you see this job, we think you'll be a good fit." But when myself, I look at the company, and be like, I know I'll be a good fit, but you people are not good fit for me. But when you call, when someone calls you and be like, oh, someone told me about you, just send me your resume for formality. If this person says you are good, then you are good. We are not I won't need to like interview you. I just this my person. And it happens. There was a time when there was a time when my CEO then was telling a friend of his that, "Oh, this is your project. I know someone that can really help you move it. His name is so he's been working with me for a while. This is the amount I'm paying him. You can." Oh, that is outside networking, but it's still part of it. This is his name is so this is the amount I'm paying him. You know what to do with the information. Just contact him. Don't tell him you are from me, but I'll kind of push it from my end. That one is maybe because he's a better developer, and what you are doing here too is just to be a better developer. So what I'm saying, don't network for networking sake. Also, I will say never stop learning. Or that is two ways. You can never stop learning on the coding part. You can never stop learning on the. You can keep learning on the coding part, or you might keep learning on the non-coding part. But let me tell you, there are many good developers. You can become if you are free for some time and you feel like, okay, I want to use this time to be a better developer. The next thing most people want to do is both maybe take some coding classes or watch recent videos or recent engagements on maybe the technology they are using, and they'll feel like, yes, I'm now up to date, I can keep working. But so when doing that, please most times consider non-coding skills too, or non-coding part aspect of the job where you can get better. So with that, you can turn to podcasts, meetups, TED talks, and there are very good things with these podcasts. They are good information, they are bad information. That is one of the good side of the internet. There is a lot of information. So for you to now filter it, because you have to decide by yourself which one is good and which one is not. So if you network, you meet people, you tell them, okay, who do you learn from? Who do you which speaker do you kind of resolute with, or which mailing list do you get best information from? There you get it. Get access to information you wouldn't have. So I think that should be most of it. But then there is still one thing. What separates should I say a senior developer from a junior developer? Apart from when I said before, a junior developer will be doing more of coding, and a senior developer will be doing less of coding because they will have to work on the more important stuff like um creating tax is part of it, but design, they'll be working on the design consideration and then managing chaos too, because they do more chaos management than junior developers. So to round up, I'll just say you are not just coding as a developer. Your work is to code, you are being paid for it. Or you want to build something people love. And in the process, you want to be loved by everybody you work with. Even though that's a very, very wide goal, but you want to be valuable. So you won't be easily put aside, which takes us down to getting better at coding and then getting better at the non-coding stuff. So I would say, even with that, while getting better, I've mentioned it, take care of your mental health, take care of your physical health. It's a very, very long ride. And don't exchange your time for let me say don't exchange your time for money in a way that you lose in other aspect of life. That is my own personal advice to anyone hearing this. I don't know, there's not much time left, so you'll have to go to the question and answer question section. But a happy day is a productive day. If you are somewhere you are making a lot of money and Money is good. But like I said, I don't want this to be like a presentation kind of talk. I want it to be like communication or I'm talking and I can only hear myself. It's not kind of being the way I want. But let me tell you, happy dev is a productive dev. Don't exchange your sanity for don't exchange more than you can afford to in terms of being the B2B a better developer. Sure, we will be a better developer with time. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So take care of your mental health, communicate well, um, good time management, good hobbies that lead you away from the screen because of your eyes too. So and set boundaries too, don't let someone pause you at at a point in your career, you might still be like, yes, I work weekend because I'm just starting out. That is in a bit to get low, or at a point you feel like some other things are more important. Weekends is for my family, weekends is for this, and you work on that. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr.
I think.
Adeyinka. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And to the audience, if you have questions, kindly use the and signal. Kindly make use of it if you have questions. If you have questions, coding is not enough. It's not just about you coding and coding and coding. That was what it was about just now. Don't just be a technical person. Make yourself a valuable person in every aspect. Don't just be like a dummy when you are talking about other aspects. Gain knowledge on other aspects too. Have skills of communication. That is, you should be able to explain what you do. What? How can you even tell people that you're a developer? You cannot even explain just even the basics of being a developer. It's definitely well worth it. So thank you very much, Mr. Adeyinka. You also talked about problem solving and how we should take care of our mental health. He spoke about empathy, spoke about teamwork, collaboration, time management, and networking. Okay, I have a question, Mr. Adeyinka. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm with you.
All right. So, what do you have to say to beginners? Because definitely there will be some people that are just coming up in the world of coding. What do you have to say to them? Is it that, yes, what do you have to say to them? Let's just leave it like that. What do you have to say to
Okay.
them?
I will say it's a marathon, not a sprint. Take it easy. With time, you get better, surely. But the more you practice, the more you get better. But it's not. It's more easy for some people than others. Some people they've started their life already. If they do not make money, they cannot eat. They cannot. If we no job, if we no work, we no go job. Make I use Nigerian English. So if they do not make money, they cannot eat, they cannot maintain themselves. But then they want to still go into this coding. So how would they go into it? They would just kind of find time, but it won't be easy for someone putting in 2 hours a day compared to someone that is all even his monthly allowance is more than salary of some people. And now they are putting in as much as they can, let's say 5 hours, 8 hours a day into getting better at this development. So I understand your pain because I've been there too before. But like I said, the more hours you put in, the better you become. And then at the start, don't think about the money. Go for the experience first, if possible. Volunteer for free internship. The experience you gain there will fetch you more money in future.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that insight. And to the developers in house, if you're a developer and you know you are very good at what you do, kindly reach out to me with your portfolio. Legacy Lab has a project where developers have to come on board and build some marvelous things. So we'll be talking about the other things later on. Just reach out to me with your portfolio. And also in the income messages, there is a feedback form there that you have to fill. How do you feel about this event this evening? What have you achieved? Have you gained insights? Have you gained knowledge? Have you been enlightened? Let's have it in the feedback survey form. And also do well to subscribe to our newsletter to get content from experts and valuable resources. Thank you very much to our amiable speaker. Thank you very much to Legacy Lab for this event, for organizing this event. Thank you very much to GDSC students of Ekiti State University. Thank you very much to Out Innovately Africa. Really appreciate you guys. And to each and everyone that joined the event this evening, I'm saying a very big thank you to each and every one of you. I'm saying thank you to myself too for being here, not missing out this opportunity to gain an insight and knowledge. And with this, I'll be saying good night, everyone. Have a wonderful night's rest. And if you're a developer, don't forget to send me your portfolio. Good night.